Russia's army is collapsing faster than anyone expected. Over 1.16 million soldiers gone, tanks disappearing, drones getting shredded, and now their entire war machine is cracking from the inside. This isn't just a setback, this might be the beginning of the end. Today, we're breaking down how Russia's military is running out of manpower, out of equipment, out of fuel, and honestly, out of time. Russia's manpower situation, man, is looking rough, like end of the line rough. Official reports are now showing over 1,160,000 personnel losses and almost 1,000 more just in the last few days. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That doesn't even count the guys sidelined by injuries, illness, or straight up burnout. These aren't just numbers or losses. These are gaping holes in their entire military system. Every hole equals fewer troops at the front, fewer rotations, fewer reserves. And here's the kicker. They're not just short-staffed, they're bleeding manpower faster than any country could realistically sustain. The Russian army is running on fumes and it's showing. And the hardware? Don't even get me started. Tanks, APCS, artillery, they're dropping like flies. The gear that's left rolling is mostly patched together from whatever junk they can scrounge from Soviet-era scrap heaps. Rusted hulls, busted engines, cannibalized armor plates. They've basically got a moving scrapyard pretending to be a modern army. Russia isn't fielding a 21st century military. They're rolling into battle with pieces of history that barely run. While all this is going on, the problems back home are piling up like a domino chain. Just this morning, a massive underground gas pipeline near Omsk exploded. Flames shot out of the ground like a volcano, and locals reported huge booms and a choking chemical smell spreading across the area. Officials are giving their usual oops, repair accident line, but anyone paying attention knows better. This is classic Russian infrastructure decay. Years of ignored warnings, skipped maintenance, and corroded systems finally catching up. That pipeline wasn't just a hazard, it was a ticking time bomb, and it finally went off. And when critical energy pipelines thousands of kilometers away from the front are blowing up, it's a sign that the rot goes far deeper than just the battlefield. The war isn't happening in isolation. It's exposing systemic weaknesses in everything from energy distribution to industrial support. Meanwhile, in the occupied Donbass, chaos is the norm. Russia insists this is our territory now, but in reality, the border with mainland Russia still functions like a real border. Civilians are lining up to escape, and Ukrainian forces aren't wasting time. New generation FP2 drones have been hitting the Suvskaya thermal power plant, obliterating transformers, boiler rooms, and leaving repair crews scrambling with no spare parts. These aren't random strikes, they're pinpoint attacks on the very backbone of Russia's military operations, and it keeps getting worse. The 500 kilovolt Vesher substation in Ulanovsk recently took a devastating hit. That's not just a local power station. It's a major artery feeding electricity into Russia's industrial heartland. When that goes down, power has to be rerouted, weak lines get overloaded, factories slow production, and the machinery Russia depends on to make tanks, artillery, and ammo grinds to a halt. No power equals no production. No production equals no war. On the front lines near Kupiansk, Kharkiv, Ukraine is running circles around Russian forces. They're intercepting saboteurs, blowing up convoys, and annihilating assault columns. The 77th Air Mobile Brigade reportedly wiped an entire Russian mechanized assault column off the map, while drone teams from the 25th Airborne and 55th Artillery Brigades are hunting enemy vehicles like hawks, striking with surgical precision. Russia's military logistics are so desperate that they're now relying on civilian trucks to move supplies. Yeah, you read that right. That's how bad things have gotten. If you want deep breakdowns, real intel, and no-nonsense analysis, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. This conflict is changing fast, and I've got you covered every step of the way. Further south, near the Dogrila-Kostanka highway, Russian forces tried pushing forward, but Ukrainian air assault and National Guard units wiped them out in record time. Burned trucks and smashed armored vehicles lined the road like a grim parade of failure. In Novopublika, Ukrainian defenders cut through mechanized Russian units, eliminating dozens of soldiers and stabilizing the sector. Units like the 115th Separate Mechanized Brigade are intercepting Lancet and Zala drones with FPV interceptors before they even get close, effectively neutralizing Russia's air advantage. Ukraine isn't just defending, they're innovating. Ground-based kamikaze drones are smashing Russian firing points, fiber optic drones are trapping and eliminating infantry, and systems like the Sting drone interceptor are already achieving a 50% kill rate and climbing. On the industrial side, Ukraine is stepping up with tech and innovation. Czech-supported Flamingo cruise missiles are expanding long-range strike capability. while partnership with Nvidia have created AI-driven battlefield simulations, FPV drone training, and secure tactical decision-making systems. Ukraine is literally building an AI-powered war ecosystem in real time. The Octopus interceptor drone costs 10 times less than a conventional missile. Russia sends a $50,000 Shahed drone. Ukraine blows it out of the sky for pennies. It's a full-scale tactical and economic shift. Economically, Russia is spiraling. Ural crude dropped to $36 per barrel. Sanctions are hitting hard. Demand from Asian markets is shrinking, and Moscow's revenues are tanking fast. On the home front, nearly half of clothing and shoe stores have shut down. Inflation is eating into incomes, and analysts are already asking if Russia is in a quiet recession. When you combine manpower, collapse equipment shortages, energy failures, grid strikes, logistical breakdowns, AI-backed Ukrainian innovation, drone supremacy, economic freefall, you get Russia stretched to its absolute limits. This war isn't just a fight anymore. It's a pressure cooker, and the cracks are getting louder every single day. And it's not just the front lines or the factories that are cracking. Russia's entire operational backbone is showing serious stress. Fuel depots are running low, railways are clogged, and repair crews are stretched thin. Every hit Ukraine lands on energy lines or supply routes isn't just tactical, it's strategic. They're forcing Russia to fight on multiple fronts: the battlefield, the factory floor, and even inside their own borders. The psychological toll is insane too. Troops on the front are tired, under-equipped, and increasingly demoralized. Commanders are scrambling to patch holes in the lines while civilians are lining up for basic supplies back home. And here's the kicker: the longer this drags on, the more mistakes stack up. A misfired strike, a miscommunicated order, a single drone interception, all of it snowballs into bigger failures. Meanwhile, Ukraine isn't slowing down. They're constantly innovating, upgrading drones, improving precision strikes, and integrating AI systems into battlefield tactics. Every time Russia thinks it's regrouped, Ukraine hits somewhere new: roads, depots, substations, or even deep into occupied territories. They're not just defending, they're shaping the battlefield and the rear alike, forcing Moscow into a constant game of catch-up. The combination of relentless drone attacks, crippling logistics failures, and economic pressure is slowly eroding Russia's ability to maintain momentum. And make no mistake, momentum is everything in modern warfare. Without it, even a numerically superior force can collapse under pressure. At this point, it's clear: the war isn't just about tanks and troops. It's a chess match with multiple layers: human, mechanical, technological, and economic. Ukraine is playing that chess at lightning speed, while Russia is fumbling with pieces that are falling apart in their hands. If this story hit you even a little, do me a favor: hit that like button so this message reaches someone who needs it.